Hello guys, I myself Manu, and today, as you can see in the thumbnail, it's a video on how can you take back your control of your life as a teenager. I myself, as a teenager, have gone through the fucked up stage where we do retarded shits here and there, which I'll be discussing in this video. Uh, so, how can you take back the control after going through that phase of life? So, I have came into the world of um, you know the self improvement from the past 1 year or something. So yeah, so anyone who came into came into the topics of self improvement have gone through this words and topics that I'm going to discuss in this video. So you as a teenager want to take back the control of your life, right? So, in order to understand how we can do that, first we should understand what is the cause of it. So, I want to take you to the topic of dopamine. So, dopamine is a hormone, or you can say it's neurotransmitter that is responsible for the happiness feeling in us when we do something. So, dopamine. So, as I said, it is the responsible hormone for happiness in us. So, we can get hormone by doing so many things. Like, for example, if we eat a chocolate, the feeling of happiness is caused because of the dopamine release into our bloodstream. So, normally, if you can see, we all have a baseline of dopamine, and if you do something that will creates happiness, the dopamine increases, gradually increases, and it comes down. That's the basic thing. So there are two ways we can get dopamine increase or happiness increase. One is earned. In earned dopamine system, it works like this. When we do something that is in earned dopamine, for example, we complete our task, we accomplish our task, we do something on the progression of our goals, or we hit the gym, or we do some workouts at home, we go outside and walk for a walk, etc., or communicate with others, etc., etc. So in this, we are doing something. We are putting some efforts, and the happiness earned through this is caused by a gradual increase of dopamine, gradual but steady growth of dopamine, and that's like the gradual decrease of dopamine, and it surpasses the baseline of the dopamine by a minute marks only, minute distance only. So that is earned dopamine, and the most common and the most common way we are taking or increasing our dopamine is the cheap dopamine. So as a teenager, we use this cheap dopamine way a lot. Cheap dopamine is when we do something like eating a chocolate bar, eating sugary things, or watching porn videos, or watching reels, which are instant nowadays. It's only 15 seconds. It's only a bite of chocolate. It's only a 3 minute, videos. And it'll increase our dopamine. It will skyrocket our dopamine into such levels of dopamine, and then it decreases it by double, and it surpasses the baseline of the dopamine by a very high margin. This will create many problems since dopamine is required for our immune system. So our body really wants the happiness feeling back. Since the dopamine level is so high, so low, we feel very exhausted. We feel low on energy. We feel etc., which we feel after a round of fapping, right? During the fab, it feels so good, but once it ends, we feel dirty. We feel so down. We feel exhausted, right? So that's because of this dopamine. cheap dopamine that we get. So this is when the things get worsened. When we get into the point where it's so low below the baseline of dopamine, we do the task which helped us increase the dopamine previously again. So from there we go up to the skyrocketing levels of dopamine and decrease by double of it, and goes beyond the point where we previously were. This will create a cycle called cycle of mental masturbation. We mentally masturbate again and again by doing the same task that increases the dopamine, which will go beyond the dopamine levels which we were previously were. So now you know about the effects of dopamine and effects of the cheap dopamine systems in our body. So now we can discuss on what are the one way that I chose to take back the control of my life. This is an uncontrollable situation of the cycle of mental masturbation is an uncontrollable situation. Now I'm going to discuss the way that I chose that helped me to take back the control of my life. It's called dopamine detox. Dopamine detox is a challenge or a time period where we cut down all the cheap dopamines. For example, hearing music, eating sugary foods, watching porn, fapping. We all cut down. We cut down all of this, and we focus on earned dopamine. So we cut down all the instant gratification for 1 or 2 days. As a beginner, I suggest you to do it for 1 or 2 days. I have completed 7 days, not more than that. I have completed 7 days, and after that, life has got much easier, and I haven't gone back to the fapping cycles or something like that. I haven't gone through that anymore. So this has helped me a lot. So as a beginner, I suggest you to take 1 or 2 days of dopamine detox. So what is the benefit of this is that it feels so amazingly good. Don't take me wrong, it feels amazingly good. It's not like what you heard or what you think. It feels amazingly good. We feel more productive in whatever field we are. So when we don't have anything to do at the moment, then only we will understand we have so many things to do. I have times when I was scrolling down the reels when I have examinations to study on. So when I have nothing to do at that point, when I have no music to hear, no reels to watch, or no junk food to eat, I'll focus on the goals. I should focus on what should be really done at the point of time. This will make me more productive. This is how you can take back the control of your life from the cheap dopamine mental masturbation cycles. Thank you. Anuman signing off.